presentation of grade 4. Today we are going to showcase wisdom tales from India. We will be able to see the folk tales of different lands, which will also help us in understanding the importance of different values in life. I am a tourist guide. We have Flora from California, USA with us today.
Namaste everybody.
Namaste. Flora is on a visit to India. So welcome to India, the land of folklore. I and my friends will take you through folklores. First, let's visit Himachal Pradesh. A presentation by Class 4A.
यह गाथा हिमाचल के पुरातन प्रदेश विजयपुर की है, जहाँ एक बार भयंकर आकार पड़ा और पानी के बिना अनाज भी नहीं उगा और सारी प्रजा भूखी मरने लगी। राजा बहुत दुखी हुआ क्योंकि उसके समझ में ही नहीं आ रहा था कि क्या किया जाए।
क्या करूं? कैसे समस्या का हल करूं?
हे भगवान, मेरे बच्चे भूख से मर रहे हैं। घर में अन्न का एक भी दाना नहीं है। अब मैं इन्हें कहां से खाना खिलाऊं?
सही कहा भैया, मेरे तो जानवर भी मर गए।
एक दिन राजा सो रहा था। उसके सपने में उसकी कुल की देवी आई और उन्होंने कहा कि राजा को उसके कुल से किसी एक की बलि देनी होगी। उसके बाद ही वहाँ बरसात होगी और फिर कभी सूखा नहीं पड़ेगा।
मुझे तुम्हारे कुल से एक बलि चाहिए।
देवी, लेकिन किसकी?
राजा ने सोचा, क्यों ना मैं अपनी बहू की ही बलि दे दूं। उसने सिपाही को बुलाया और कहा,
जाओ, जाकर ये संदेश मेरी बहू को दे दो।
वो आज्ञा महाराज, मैं अभी जाता।
सिपाही राजा का संदेशा लेकर बहू के घर जाता है और उसे संदेशा दे देता है।
बहू रानी, यह संदेशा राजा ने आपके लिए भेजा है। ठीक है, अब जाओ। बहू रानी पत्थर पढ़ती है और रोने लगती है। इस पर उसकी माँ उसके रोने का कारण पूछती है।
बेटी, क्या हुआ? रो क्यों रही हो? क्या लिखा है पत्र में?
माँ, हमारे राज्य में अकाल पड़ा है। हमारी कुल देवी ने बलि मांगी है। राजा जी ने मुझे मेरी बलि देने के लिए बुलाया है।
बेटी, तुम मत जाना, मना कर दे।
नहीं माँ, मुझे जाना ही होगा। यदि मेरे एक एक त्याग करने से सबका भला होता है तो मैं अवश्य अपनी बलि दूंगी।
इस प्रकार बहू सहर्ष अपनी बलि दे देती है और उनके राज्य में फिर कभी सूखा नहीं पड़ता। चारों ओर हरियाली और खुशहाली फैल जाती है।
यह सत्य घटना हिमाचल के बिलासपुर की है, जहां आज भी बहुरानी के नाम पर रुक्मणी कुंज स्थित है। ऐसा कहा जाता है कि इस कुंड का पानी कभी खत्म नहीं होता और इसके पानी को बहुत पवित्र माना जाता है।
તે રાણે હુકમ જે ફેર્યા તે ઓ રાણી હુકમ જે ફેર્યા દિયા કુલ્લા ચતરા જાયવો રે ના કિયા પરવાણા સોરે નુઆ જો વેજ્યા કિયા પરવાણા સોરે નુઆ જો વેજ્યા દિયા કુલ્લા ચતરા જાયવો રે ના દિયે દિલોય વગરિયા કાદદ પડ્યા દિયે દિલોય વગરિયા કાગદ પડ્યા નૈનાતી છમ છમ રોઈવો રૈયા
रंग रंगीन को माहूं मेरी रंगीलो गढ़वाला यो फूलों की घाटी और यो नो कुचिया ताल खड़ी रच देखा मेरो यो ऊंचो हिमाल दण कणा हरिया और यो हरिया बुग्याल है बसो कोयल सुनाओ है बसो कोयल सुना तैन कीर मोरा चारों ओरा बादल घने गोरा रे रच सरा बोरा यो मेरो पहाड़ा 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 रंग रंगीन को माहूं मेरी रंगीलो गढ़वाला यो फूलों की घाटी और यो नो कुचिया ताला खड़ी रच देखा मेरो यो ऊंचो हिमाल दण कणा हरिया और यो हरिया बुग्याल है बसो कोयल सुनाओ है बसो कोयल सुना तैन कीर मोरा चारों ओरा बादल घने गोरा रे रच सरा बोरा यो मेरो पहाड़ा यो मेरो पहाड़ा यो मेरो पहाड़ा यो मेरो पहाड़ा यो मेरो पहाड़ा
Awesome presentation by 4A.
Jai Shri Krishna Flora, let's witness the folklore from the state of Gujarat. This is a narrative on the significance of wisdom in one's life. A presentation by Class 4B.
Once upon a time, in a small village in Gujarat, there lived a poor boy called Raju. Raju had lost his parents to the devastating flood and now lived alone. He had little money with which he wanted to trade. He thought of a great idea. In the outskirts of his village, every year, a fair was held. He walked into the fair and hired the most affordable place that he could and opened a store. He spent the remaining of his money on paper and pen, and over his store put a sign saying "Wisdom on sale."
All around in the busy fair, there were many other large, attractive stores selling things that people needed, like clothes, toys, and more.
રમકડા લઈ લો રમકડા મોટા ઢીંગલી બાસ તાજુ તાજુ શાક રીંગણ બટાકા કોબી તાજુ તાજુ શાક રીંગણ બટાકા કોબી.
Children were enjoying games like merry-go-round, giant wheel. There was a group of children enjoying the Gujarati folk dance Garba.
Wisdom? वो क्या होती है? What is this? આ શું છે? દુકાન ખાલી છે પણ કઈ વેચો છો?
Oh, seems like you have ample of wisdom to sell. Why won't you use some to help yourself?
સમજદારીની વાતો કરે છે.
Hey wise one, can you tell me how to earn money without working? Ha ha ha. He is selling wisdom. Who will buy it? Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha.
But Raju was patient and took it all with a smile.
One day a merchant's son, Bholu, was walking the fair. Bholu was careless and foolish boy who did not do anything. He went to the fair and saw where Raju was shouting and selling wisdom.
Wisdom get it in good price. Wisdom get it in good price.
Wisdom? Now that's something I have never eaten. Hey, what is that you're selling? And what is the price of 1 kilo wisdom? Ha ha ha!
Sir, I don't sell it by quantity. I sell it by quality.
Oh, alright. I want wisdom worth 1 coin, please.
Raju smiled and put the coin in his pocket and taking a deep breath, wrote something. He folded the paper and gave it to Bholu. On the paper there was written, "Do not stand and watch two people quarreling."
Keep this with you always and follow the advice.
Do not stand and watch two people quarreling. Let me go home and show this to Bapu. He'll be very happy. Bapu, you won't believe what happened with me today. See what I bought.
Who is the person who sold this? Or was it 1 coin? Let's go to him. Let's go to the fair. Where is the wisdom shop? You sold this to my son. Turn the coin and pay, or I will call the police. If you don't like my product, you can return it, and I will return your money. If you want your money back, you have to return my wisdom and not just a paper. You have to promise that your son will never use my advice, and so whenever he will see two people fighting, he will stand and watch always.
By then, a crowd had gathered and they agreed with Raju. So Bholu's father agreed that Bholu will stand and watch two people fighting. Father was happy that he saved his money. On the next day, two ladies came for shopping. They were the friends of the two queens the king had. The queens were constantly competing with each other so much that even their friends were competing with each other continuously.
No, my queen is better than yours.
My queen is better than your queen. I want this for my queen. I saw it first. It's mine.
No, I want this for my queen. I saw it first. You pushed me away.
And they started fighting for the same thing. During that time, Bholu was passing by. He remembered that he has to watch the argument. Some people stopped and watched. Other people passed by.
No, he will be my witness, not yours.
You will be my witness and tell the king what had happened.
Soon, 2 days later, the king called Bholu as witness to solve the quarrel between the two queens and their friends. Bholu's father was frightened and thought that Bholu is in trouble. If he will take either's name, the king will put him in jail. So he thought of Raju, who sells wisdom, and went to him to get some wisdom. He goes to Raju and narrates the whole story.
Please help us out. The king has called my son as a witness. Take 50 gold coins. Please save my son.
This is a tricky situation.
Don't worry, I will give you some wisdom. In front of the king, pretend to be crazy. Pretend that you are a mad boy.
Then Bolu went to the king and pretended to be mad. Eventually,
Can you tell me what happened on that day in the fair when you saw these two ladies? Who am I? Where am I? Who is this crazy person sitting before me in these ornaments? You mad boy, you're telling me all crazy things. Go away and never show me your face again.
Thank you, Your Majesty.
and so Bolu was saved from going to jail. Soon, Raju became quite popular and respected for his wisdom in the marketplace. Even the king heard about his wisdom and made him his chief advisor and gave him a new chamber in the palace to live.
A virtue so valuable, gained from education, only increased by sharing, elders call it wisdom. More precious than jewels, can save lives till the end. Let's hear a song about wisdom.
There is something that's better than the latest toy. There is something that never can be destroyed. It's worth more than jewels and gold or anything money can buy. Tell me your ideal express wisdom. I need it. Tell me your ideal your word. I find it. I need your wisdom, Lord, I wanna know it, think it, speak it, breathe it. I wanna love it, live it, learn it, read it. I wanna know it, think it, speak it, breathe it.
Kudos to class 4B. What an important lesson the story depicted.
Hey Ramjiki Flora, are you ready to see what we have in store for you? In Uttar Pradesh, the story is intrinsically woven to illustrate the importance of hard work and sincerity towards one's work. A presentation by Class 4C.
Once upon a time, there lived a king named Ramachari. He was a man of high principles and valued hard work and sincerity. The king's favorite proverb was, "Work is worship," and he followed this principle in his life as well.
One day, King Ramacharya decided to find out whether his subjects followed his ideals or not. So, he called some of his courtiers and said,
Go through the kingdom and find out what jobs the people have undertaken and whether they are performing their duties sincerely or not. Find the person who knows the secret of hard work and bring him to me. But remember, no one should know that you have been sent by me. Understood?
As you wish, Your Majesty. We have important tasks to perform.
Yes. Let's start right away.
But many people know that we are king's courtiers. They may recognize us.
I have an idea. Let's disguise ourselves as common man.
So they all dressed up as common men and set out on their way to the village.
First, they saw a woodcutter who was chopping trees with his big axe.
Come on, let us talk to him.
Oh, woodcutter, do you like your job?
Like your job? Not at all.
I do it only because this work has been passed down to me by my ancestors and I don't know anything else.
A group of courtiers were disappointed with the woodcutter's reply and proceeded up their path.
A few more miles passed and they came upon a washerwoman. One of the courtiers walked up to the washerwoman and said,
Hello, dear washerwoman. It seems you are enjoying your work, isn't it? Is this work enjoyable? It's a punishment for me. As a child, I never showed any interest in study. I never listened to my parents and never worked hard. Now I am stuck with this job.
Not satisfied with her answer, as well, the courtiers continued on their journey forward. After a few more miles, they saw a potter creating a clay pot.
Hey Potter, what are you making today? Do you like creating these beautiful vessels every day?
What beautiful! Look at how much mud I am covered in. All my hands and clothes are dirty. Who enjoys getting dirty with clay and mud? Not me, at least. I just do this to feed myself and my family. Yet again the courtiers were disappointed, but they carried on with their journey. After a few more miles, they came across a young man sitting under a tree.
What are you doing, young man?
I am a teacher. I am reading this book so that I can teach my students tomorrow. It gives me immense satisfaction to spread my knowledge.
Do you know the secret to hard work?
Yes, the secret to the hard work is to love what you do and do it with utmost sincerity. Education brings enlightenment and meaning to our lives, and I love learning. For me, my work is worship.
Coaches were impressed with the teacher's reply and escorted him to the king. When the king heard what the teacher had said, he rewarded him and built a big school for his students. Many people took inspiration from this incident, and ever since, hard work and sincerity were deeply valued by the people of the kingdom. Thank you.
To strengthen the value of hard work further and to understand the real meaning of the age-old proverb, work is worship, let us have a highly motivational and inspirational song on hard work.
कुछ पाने की हो आस आस, कोई अरमा हो जो खास खास आशाएं, हर कोशिश में हो बार बार, करे दरियाओं को आर पार आशाएं, तूफानों को चीर के मंजिलों को छीन ले, आशाएं ले दिल की, उम्मीदें हंसे दिल की, अब मुश्किल नहीं कुछ भी, नहीं कुछ भी, उड़ जाए लेके खुशी अपने संग तुझको वहाँ, जन्नत से मुलाकात हो, पूरी हो तेरी हर दुआ, आशाएं खिले दिल की, उम्मीदें हंसे दिल की, अब मुश्किल नहीं कुछ भी, नहीं
such a beautiful presentation by Potpourri. Indeed, work is worship.
The Wise Vijay Singh, a Rajasthani folk drama.
Hello everyone, we, the students of class 4D, are ready to present before you folk tale from vibrant and colorful state Rajasthan, a state known for its royal palaces and rich history. The story is intrinsically woven on the backdrop of wisdom over strength and courage. The story urges us to be wise and use our minds before using our strength, because only might is not only right. Thank you.
There once lived a wrestler named Vijay Singh who lived in a remote village in Rajasthan, Jaisalmer.
After some time, few men from the village come to Vijay Singh. One of the villagers complains that his daughter is missing since last evening. One of the villagers says that there is a shape-shifting ghost in the vicinity and has been troubling people of the village for a long time.
After a long thought of process, he declares to fight the ghost with all his might. Vijay Singh and the villagers, standing up, moving towards where the ghost was often seen.
An angry Vijay Singh gets up and fires bullets in the air, saying that he will not leave this ghost who has disturbed his peaceful village. At that moment, his grandmother rushes to stop him and gives him some advice.
When the discussion is over, Vijay Singh clings the bag on his shoulder and leaves the pistol behind.
Bhaya, I will go fight the ghost alone. You all wait here for me.
Arey Bhaya Vijay Singh, how are you, my old friend?
I must trust my instincts and recall what my grandmother told me.
Just then, Vijay Singh challenged Natwar Singh to turn a hard rock to powder, which the ghost failed to do and lost his temper. Vijay Singh took out the salt from his bag and pretended that it was the same rock that he had crushed to pieces. This further angered the ghost in disguise. He declared his real identity.
I am no Natwar Singh. I am the ghost of this village, and no one has dared to challenge me.
The ghost realized that Vijay Singh was a strong man and pretended to play along.
A few moments later, there came a small village with no people around. Vijay Singh and Ghost, tired, decided to sleep on two cots outside the hut. The ghost pretended to be asleep. Vijay Singh, also very tired, covered himself with his blanket, but suddenly remembers his granny's words. Always be alert. Always.
thinking Vijay Singh is fast asleep.
This is the chance I was looking for.
He used his magical powers.
Abracadabra, गिली गिली छू, अब गायब हो जा तू.
7 times to make Vijay Singh sleep for a longer time and eventually vanish.
The poor Vijay Singh would have vanished by now.
Ghost is shocked to see Vijay Singh.
How was your sleep last night? Hukam?
Vijay Singh used his wisdom once again, which fooled the ghost. The ghost could not believe what he heard. He immediately surrendered and promised Vijay Singh never to return to haunt the villagers again.
How did you defeat him, sir? Did you lose anything in the battle?
In this battle of might and wisdom, I lost nothing but 2 pillows. The credit goes to my grandmother who gave me the correct advice, which I followed at every step, that not just might, but also wisdom and common sense is equally important in every struggle of life.
Now let's rejoice this moment by a dance.
What a message from class 4D. Mind is not always right.
Namaste, Flora. Kavalam. Next is a folk tale from Madhya Pradesh, a presentation by class 4E.
एक राज्य में एक राजा रहता था। वह बूढ़ा हो गया था। अपनी ढलती उम्र को देखकर राजा को अपने उत्तराधिकारी का ख्याल आया। वह चाहता था कि उसके राज्य का अगला राजा उसका पुत्र या कोई भी परिवार का सदस्य न बने, बल्कि कोई ऐसा व्यक्ति बने जो सच्चा और ईमानदार हो। इसलिए उस राजा ने एक योजना बनाई।
राजा अपने मंत्री को अपने राज्य के सभी नौजवानों को बुलाने का आदेश देते हैं। मंत्री जी, अपने राज्य के सभी नौजवानों को दरबार में बुलाकर लाइए।
मंत्री जी, अपने राज्य के सारे नौजवानों को दरबार में बुलाकर लाइए।
जी महाराज, मैं अभी जाकर गांव से सारे नौजवानों को बुलाकर लाता हूँ।
राज्य के सभी नौजवान दरबार में हाजिर होते हैं। राजा उन सबको एक एक बीज देते हुए कहते हैं,
यह बहुत ही खास बीज है। मैं चाहता हूँ कि आप लोग इस बीज को ले जाएं और इससे एक पौधा तैयार करें। जिस व्यक्ति का पौधा सबसे सुंदर होगा उसे ही इस राज्य का अगला राजा घोषित किया जाएगा।
यह सुनकर सारे नौजवान खुशी खुशी बीज लेकर चले गए। उन्हीं नौजवानों में से एक नौजवान था जिसका नाम था महेंद्र। महेंद्र ने भी बाकी लोगों की तरह ही बीज ले जाकर एक गमले में बो दिया, लेकिन 3 हफ्ते बीत जाने के बाद भी उसका बीज अंकुरित नहीं हुआ। उसके साथियों के बीजों से बहुत सुंदर सुंदर पौधे उग गए थे।
महेंद्र इस बात से बहुत चिंतित रहने लगा। उसे लगा कि उसने बीज की सही देखभाल नहीं की, जिस कारण वो पौधा नहीं बन सका। वह अब राजा को क्या जवाब देगा? महेंद्र अपने सभी साथियों को यह बात बताने गया, लेकिन उसके सभी साथी खेत गए हुए थे। वह भी खेत में चला गया। वह जैसे ही खेत में पहुंचा, तभी अचानक बादल गरजने लगे और सभी साथी खुशी खुशी नाचने लगे।
गिर गिर आए बदरा, घने घने घोर कार छाए बदरा, धमक धमक गूंजे बदरा के डंके, चमक चमक देखो बिजुलियां चमके। मन धड़काए बदरवा, मन धड़काए बदरवा, मन धड़काए बदरवा। काले मेघा पानी तो बरसा, काले मेघा पानी तो बरसाओ। बिजली की तलवार नहीं बूंदों के बाण चलाओ। मेघा छाए बरखा लाए, गिर गिर आए गिर के आए। कहे ये मन मचल मचल, नहीं चल संभल संभल। गए दिन बदल तू घर से निकल, बरसने वाला अब अमृत जल।
किसी तरह धीरे धीरे 1 साल बीत गया। वह समय ही आ गया जब सबको अपने अपने पौधे लेकर राजा के सामने हाजिर होने थे। सभी बहुत उत्साहित थे, मगर महेंद्र बहुत ही परेशान था। वो अकेला ही जब खाली गमला लेकर पहुंचा, उसे देखकर हंसने लगा। आखिरकार इंतजार खत्म हुआ और सब राजा के दरबार में अपने पौधे लेकर आए। राजा सभी के पौधों को देखने लगे। महेंद्र अपने खाली गमले के साथ छिपने का प्रयास कर रहा था कि राजा की नजर उस पर पड़ गई।
महाराज, मैंने बहुत कोशिश की, परंतु मेरे गमले में से तो पौधा उगा ही नहीं।
राजा ने अपने मंत्री को महेंद्र को अपने सामने लाने का हुक्म दिया। यह सुनकर महेंद्र बुरी तरह डर गया। वह अब सोचने लगा कि शायद अब राजा मुझे जान से मरवा देंगे। जब महेंद्र को राजा के सामने लाया गया तो राजा ने घोषणा की,
नगरवासियों, आप सब अपने नए राजा को अच्छी तरह देख लो।
महेंद्र को इस बात पर विश्वास नहीं हो रहा था। वहाँ सभी लोग भी हैरान थे कि राजा ने अगला राजा महेंद्र को कैसे बना दिया। अभी सब यह सोच ही रहे थे कि राजा ने फिर से बोलना शुरू किया।
1 साल पहले मैंने सबको जो बीज दिए थे, वे सारे बीज उबले हुए थे जो कभी उग ही नहीं सकते। लेकिन यह बात आप सबको पता नहीं थी। जब आपने देखा कि बीज बोने के बाद भी कोई पौधा नहीं आया, तो आप सबने दूसरे बीज लेकर उसे बो दिए। सिर्फ महेंद्र ही ऐसा एक नौजवान है जिसने पूरी ईमानदारी के साथ खाली गमला लाया। इसीलिए इस राज्य का अगला राजा महेंद्र को ही बनाया जाता है।
दोस्तों, जिस तरह महेंद्र को एक पल के लिए लगा था कि ईमानदारी दिखाने के कारण शायद उससे सजा मिलेगी, लेकिन हुआ उसके बिल्कुल विपरीत। हमारे जीवन में भी बिल्कुल ऐसा ही होता है। यदि हम भविष्य की कल्पना कर ईमानदारी का साथ छोड़ देते हैं, तो हमें जीवन में निराशा के अलावा कुछ नहीं मिलता। परंतु यदि हम सच का दामन पकड़े रहते हैं और पूरी ईमानदारी से अपना हर काम करते हैं, तो हमें एक न एक दिन उसका फल जरूर मिलता है।
Always tell the truth. Tell the truth. Always tell the truth. Don't be telling lies. Truth is not a rubber band. It won't stretch and it won't bend. So tell the truth. Always tell the truth. A lie is like a boomerang. It'll come back and haunt your brain. So tell the truth. Always tell the truth. Someday you'll be thinking, maybe just daydreaming, a little bitty scheming lie. But you know deceiving only ends up bringing trouble heaped up to the sky. Tell the truth, always tell the truth. Tell the truth, always tell the truth. Don't be telling lies.
Oh, that was really amazing. Honesty always pays off.
Namaskar, Thora. I will take you through a Santali folktale from east coast of India. This lovely story emphasizes the fact that everyone in this world is unique and we must accept each other. A presentation by Class 4F.
There once lived a king who had a son with the ears of an ox. The king was ashamed of him and kept the prince hidden away in a secluded room in the palace.
Days passed and the prince grew up young. Soon the time came for the prince's head-shedding ceremony. The king was worried about how to have a ceremony for his son who is having ears of an ox.
After a long thought process, he decided to have a ceremony in secret. The king called a royal barber from another kingdom and the ceremony was held in a secret.
When it was finished, the king called up the barber into his personal chamber and warned him.
Never tell anyone about the prince's ear. If you do, I will throw you into the dungeon.
The barber promised to not say a word about it to anyone. But, oh no, he was very bad in keeping a secret. Days passed and his stomach began to swell.
I must tell someone, or else my stomach will explode.
Just then a splendid idea crossed his mind. He walked up to an oak tree and quickly whispered the secret to it. His stomach shrank back to its normal size and he felt much better.
The tree will definitely keep the king's secret safe.
A few days later, there came a drummer in search of some wood. He stopped in front of the same tree where the barber had whispered his secret.
This is exactly what I'm looking for.
Drummer was glad to get wood of such a good quality. He soon made himself a new drum and went to the palace to sing in front of the king. The guard at the gate was happy to see him.
Saying something to the king, please. He's in a bad mood today.
Suddenly, the drum began to sing on its own.
Nobody can reveal the king's secret. Run away before someone catches you.
But it was too late. The king had heard the song and ordered the drummer to be brought in the court.
Threw him into the dungeon, but he didn't do it. It was his drum, Your Majesty. Then throw the drum too into the dungeon and punish all of them that has listened my secret. Then you better throw your kingdom into the dungeon because we all know your secret. Is this true? Yes, Your Majesty. We never said because we don't want to upset you.
The king felt ashamed. What a cruel father he had been to keep his son hidden away for so many years.
The next day, the king declared a holiday. He held a special parade and proudly took his son around the kingdom. Everyone cheered and waved at the young prince, in spite of his ox's ears. The guard led the procession, followed by the drummer who played his new drum. Now let's rejoice this moment by a dance.
Everyone is different, and that's okay. We come in many colors, sizes, and shapes. And just because you are not exactly like me is never a reason for you to be mean. What should we do? We show acceptance. Everywhere we show acceptance. Because we care, we show acceptance. Near and far, accepting others just the way that they are. Everyone is different, and that's okay. We come in many colors, sizes, and shapes. And just because you are not exactly like me is never a reason for you to be mean. What should we do? We show acceptance. Everywhere we show acceptance. Because we care, we show acceptance. Near and far, accepting others just the way that they are.
So, this tells us that everyone is unique in this world and we should accept each other the way we are to enjoy true happiness.
Water sensitizing performance by Full F.
Flora, we come to an end of our presentation. Wisdom Tales from India. Hope you enjoyed it.
Not only me, but the entire audience, I'm sure, must have loved the spectacular performance by Class 4. It was a wonderful treat to my eyes. Folklores have